So, welcome to this week's update for Waller's WalkOn videos. I know in past videos we have spoken about some offensive sets, some defensive sets, and also the responsibilities of certain players on the field. This week, I'm going to go through some of the defensive play calls. And what I mean by that is you may hear cover one, cover zero, etc., and not really understand what is being meant when people say that. So this week, we'll talk about cover 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as cover 0, which is really straightforward. Quick disclaimer, however, there's more coverages than I could even put on this video, but we're just going to go through some of the basic calls so you understand what happens and what responsibilities defensive players may have in these coverages. So thanks for coming to Waller's WalkOn. All right, so first of all, we've already talked about the defensive positions and their responsibilities in certain sets. Right now I have a basic 4-3 set that we have previously talked about. So the first coverage I want to walk us through is going to be called cover 1. And it's really straightforward. You might hear a lot of people say man-to-man with somebody free. And what that means is cover 1, pretty much the corners are manned up on their guy. You see the X and the Y receiver here. The Z receiver will probably be manned up with this safety. So the safety will come down here. And this is called being in the box. So pretty much in the box is everybody here who might have run responsibility as well. So safety comes down in the box. And now this free safety, strong safety, whomever, is now manned up with the Z receiver on this side. This safety now has single high responsibility. And what I mean by single high responsibility is this safety will now rotate to the middle of the field. He has anything that goes deep. So if they get beat by their man, this safety has responsibility to go either side to be able to pick up over the top. Now we're looking at two other eligible receivers now. This tight end and this running back. Question is, who picks them up? Because it looks like we have 3 linebackers without responsibility. Well, this is where some coaches like to blitz and it makes it cover 1. So let's say we are sending the will linebacker on a blitz. That means the Mike linebacker is now manned up with a running back and the Sam linebacker is manned up with the tight end. Really straightforward. But say we're doing a Sam linebacker blitz. It's pretty much bumping everything down. So now the Sam backer is coming on a blitz. The Mike backer is now manned up with the tight end. The Will backer is manned up with the running back. And this man has everything over the top. Why is it called cover 1? Because there's one person over the top. Really, really straightforward, really simple. So now let's move on to another coverage that a lot of teams like to use because it's really a run-stopping coverage. Like I said, we're going to go through coverages one at a time. There was cover 1. Now this is cover 2. And you could probably make the assumption about what cover 2 looks like. Instead of one man covering over the top, now there are 2. So we have that safety and you're bringing this safety back here. Now they're playing what they call deep halves, which is say the quarterback's in the middle of the field. This safety has this entire half of the field. This safety has the other entire half of the field. What are the cornerback's responsibilities? They call it 10 yards and squat. So the corner here is going to drop back, stop at 10 yards, and sit. Corner here, drop back, stop at 10 yards, and sit. They have any underneath routes. So if you have a quick out here, that's the cornerback's responsibility. Anything here is a cornerback's responsibility. The backers have what we like to call hook to curl or seam to curl as well. Where if this tight end runs a quick route, this backer steps here and is underneath it at every moment. If the running back comes and runs a route here, this backer is underneath it and is there for any single moment. This Mike linebacker right here plays the entire middle of the field. So if it's a quick seam over the top, this Mike backer has anything that comes right through there. But let's say we send a blitz with a Mike backer. Now there becomes gaps in the zone, and they are planned gaps. So in the cover two, there's a few gaps in this zone. One of the main gaps in the cover two is between the safety and the cornerback. So you see this space right here where I said the cornerback sits at 10. I'll do this in green. The gap in the zone is right here and right here. Those are planned gaps within a zone. You can't cover the entire field in a zone. So these are all planned gaps that a quarterback, if you're looking from the offensive side, should be able to attack more often than not. So that's a quick overview of a cover two. Like I said, cover two will always have two guys over the top. As we transition to cover three, this is something that a lot of teams like to play because it is a preventative coverage. And what do I mean by preventative? It stops the deep ball from being a factor in the game. So let me put a cover three coverage on the board. Pretty much now, as you see, we're in that base 4-3. These corners are playing what they call bail coverage, where they are dropping in deep third. This cornerback, deep third, and one of the safeties has to come down into the box and the other safety has the other deep third. So let's, for example, put the strong safety in the box. Now this corner moves to the middle of the field. And now he has a deep third as well. Cover three, let me put this up here. Three guys covering over the top. So what responsibilities change? As you see, not a lot of responsibilities change for the linemen. We talked about that earlier. Their main job is to get to the quarterback. These outside backers have hook to flat. So we talked about how the hook is right here. They go right to the flat to play everything underneath. What does the middle backer and the strong safety have? They play the middle. Right now they are splitting the middle. So let's put the Mike backer and safety here. They are catching any seam routes that may come from the tight end or any running back routes. So this is the Mike backer's responsibility. This is the safety's responsibility. Once again, where are the gaps in the zone? It's pretty much the same spots, and I'll do that in green again. Once the cornerback bails and this will backer gets to the flat, this is a gap. Same sided here. And then you also have quick underneath routes. So say this running back runs what they call a Texas route. Comes here and here. This is a gap. This is a gap. Quarterbacks need to know that on the offensive side. Defenses understand that that's where the weakness is as well. So it's a lot of rally and tackle, but it prevents the deep ball because now you have three players playing over the top. So right there, that's a cover three coverage. All right, so now we're gonna go into a cover four. I'm gonna write this up here. Cover four is what we call a bail coverage. And what that means is everybody goes up. This is for Hail Marys. This is if you want to rally and tackle a lot. Cornerbacks, they drop deep quarters. Safeties, deep quarters. And you're pretty much splitting all quarters of the field. Linebackers are playing anything underneath. So this linebacker is getting straight to the flat. This linebacker straight to the flat. This backer gets everything underneath. Really straightforward coverage. Cover four, you have corners going deep quarters, safeties going deep quarters, linebackers just protecting the flats and anything underneath so that nothing crazy happens. So cover four coverage, real basic, really straightforward. Now here comes the fun part. And I said we were going to talk about blitzes in later videos, and we will get to those as well. But I'm just going to give you a quick preview of what a blitz will look like, because this is a coverage that a lot of teams gamble with. This is called cover zero. And you may ask, what's less than one? How can you cover zero? Well, as you can see, offense has 5 eligible receivers, 3 wide receivers, a running back, and a tight end. Defense has, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people covering 5. That means they have the advantage if they want to send a blitz. Cover 0 means there's nobody over the top. There's no protection. It is man-to-man. Do not get beat. So, for example, right now we have corners manned up on the outside receivers. We are going to have this free safety come down in the box and play the Z receiver. We are going to have this will linebacker blitz. We're going to have this Mike linebacker blitz. Now, you're going to say, who has the running back, who has the tight end? Right now, we have the Sam linebacker will be picking up the running back if he comes out his side. And this safety is coming down, so he's able to play man-to-man against that tight end. As you see, there is nobody over the top. There's no help. There's no safety coverage as well. This is all man-to-man. We are sending blitzes each side. Question might be, hey, can I send more? You can send as many people as possible if you want to gamble. So for example, let's say you want to send every linebacker. So now the Sam linebacker is blitzing as well. Wrong color. The Sam linebacker is blitzing as well. Now you're going to say there's a man free. Yes, the running back, there's nobody accounting for the running back. You are gambling that you are going to get pressure on that quarterback to make a mistake that he will not see the running back open. So now this man is still manned up with the tight end. And we're just going man across, hoping we get to the quarterback. That is cover 0. It's a gambling coverage. If you watch tape on, let's say, the Minnesota Vikings, if you want to YouTube Brian Flores' defense, you'll see a lot of cover 0 where there's nobody over the top and they bring everybody up to the line. So I believe in this video, we've gone through cover 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0. Next question you may ask, is there a cover 5 or cover 6? Yes, there's coverages all the way up to cover 9 technically, but those are more complex that we'll get into videos later on down the road. But as far as youth sports goes, these are the main coverages that a lot of teams may play. If there's any questions, please leave it in the comment section. But just for sure measure, I want to show one more thing that we have talked about. And let's say the team goes empty. So now you have an A receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, still 5 eligible. The defenses in zone do not change. They still play their coverages the way that they should play them. But say now we're in cover 0, we're manned up across the board. And now you could send this safety on the blitz if you want to. You could send the middle backer on the blitz. Anybody on the field is allowed to blitz a quarterback as long as the defense adjusts to what happens. So you may say, hey, the cornerback came on a blitz. More than likely, it's because the safety is the one covering for him. So when you have questions about who's allowed to blitz and who's not allowed to blitz, there are no rules against blitzing. You could send everybody on the defensive side. You could send all 11 after the quarterback. If you think you're going to get there and make a mistake, good luck. So as far as defense goes, these are the main coverages that we will talk about and we'll continue to talk about as we go into more offensive sets as well. So when it comes to defensive sets, we have already reiterated that these aren't all the sets that can happen, but these are some of the basic ones. And I wanted to make sure that we put together a point where you could see not only cover 0, but all the way up to cover 4 for all sorts of instances. So when you see it in a football game, or if you have any questions about situations that they may be played, you can just always refer back to this video. And if, like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. In future videos, we're going to go through some blitzes, A gap, B gap, etc., etc. And also, like I said, we're going to go a little bit more on the offensive side in future videos on how to combat these types of coverages and these type of blitzes as well. So we're going to do a little bit of both just to cover things. Like I said, as the videos go on, we're going to get a little bit more advanced, a little bit more verbiage as well. So thank you for watching this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I appreciate it, and have a good day.